Today on Cooking with the Coals, we're going to do two separate things to make one dessert. We're going to make chocolate cups first and foremost, which is the first step, and then the second step we're going to make chocolate mousse. To make the chocolate cups, we're going to start with a classic, straightforward double boiler. So don't forget to put the water in the bottom dish first. Then we've got 2 cups of chocolate wafers, which we're going to melt down so that it gets nice and melty and creamy all the way around. Don't do this over direct heat because it will scorch, and remember you have to stir the chocolate because chocolate will not change its shape without stirring. It doesn't just melt like butter does. Once the chocolate is nice and smooth, which did take some time, we're going to now dip the balloons into it. We blew out the balloons, washed them, and then made sure to dry them because we want to make sure there's no extra moisture which will make the chocolate seize up. So now we're going to go ahead and see if these balloons pop when we put them in the hot chocolate. And that's about all we can fit on this cookie tray. So we'll let this set up. You pop the balloons, which we'll show you in a bit, and then make sure the cup is fully hardened before you pour in the warm mousse. Okay, at this point we're going to start making mousse. Which is actually super simple, but it does take time to set up. The only thing that takes any time at all is warming up the milk. So we start with a cup and 1/8, or 9 ounces of milk. And you don't want that to boil. You want that to get warm, just short of boiling. While you're waiting for that to happen, you take the other 5 ingredients and you throw them in the blender. Like I said, this is easy. You start with 9 ounces of chocolate chips, just regular old chocolate chips. 3 tablespoons of sugar. Pinch of salt. 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Might be a drip too much, but oh well. And then 2 eggs. Okay, so the milk is just below boiling. If you have to measure it, make sure it's below 200. And getting ready to start it up right away. You pour it in. Cap it up. Don't forget to cap it up. And get this thing started right away. After a minute, it's all set. Time to pour it into your bowls or into your ramekins if all your balloon bowls popped. This is extremely rich and thick. Oftentimes we'll put whipped cream on top, or those little candy flowers if you really care about presentation. So if all goes well, and you've had it in the fridge for a good amount of time, usually overnight, it'll set up nice and firm. You'll be able to decorate it as you wish. Some people like whipped cream on it to cut the intense chocolate. Some of us just like to add even more sugar and make it look a little more presentable. Okay, so if you've made it this far in the video, hopefully you haven't actually made this thing yet, because if you do, you're going to suffer the same fate that we did. You probably need to double dip the chocolate a couple of times and make for a larger shell. Otherwise, the mousse, when it goes in the shell, is going to melt it, and then you're going to be eating it all with a spoon off your tray.
Which is still tasty.
Delicious, but not what was planned.